mistaken for a woman a lot, especially from behind when I'm walking down the street. And then, I turn around and start talking and you're still confused. I get confused for a lesbian a lot. People tell me I look like a lesbian. Pretty much everybody except for actual lesbians. But then they just ask me where I got my pants. I moved here from Florida. I moved here to become a comedian. This is what I've always wanted to do. I used to rent the SNL tapes from the library when I was a kid. And living in Florida is just as awful as you could possibly imagine. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like living like Vietnam or whatever, but, we got crocodiles and meth heads. I don't know about you guys.
That too.
Unsurprisingly, though, doing drugs was very popular in Florida. That was like the pastime for everybody. And I moved to Florida when I was 16, so doing drugs was pretty much the cool thing to do. And the popular drug at the time was Adderall. And I never really understood what people got out of Adderall, because everybody I would do Adderall with would stay up all night and party and just do all kinds of stupid shit. But I would just want to go home and clean my room, finish my homework. And so I found out I had ADHD. My dad is gay. Growing up with a gay dad was pretty weird. Had a lot of pros and a lot of cons. I got bullied in school a lot for it. The big joke was that being gay ran in my family, because my sister also came out of the closet while we were going to the same middle school. She couldn't have just waited 2 years. Just let me have it. But, so the big joke was that it ran in the family, but I guess it just skipped a year with me. But I could shit talk way better because my dad was gay. I was immune to yo mama jokes. That was pretty cool. And when I play video games online, I could feel like, I'm going to fuck your mom, and then my dad's going to fuck your dad. And I'm not particularly health conscious. I don't really like to eat well, but I do like to avoid McDonald's, because McDonald's is just... I feel like everything that you get at McDonald's is just condensed grease. I don't know if you've ever gotten anything from McDonald's on your shirt, but it just dries into a grease stain. Doesn't matter. You could drop a piece of a burger on your shirt, and it's just not going to be a piece of burger. It's just going to be a grease stain on your shirt. I don't understand what they're doing at McDonald's. I've been getting the opportunity to travel a lot recently. And it's pretty cool. I went to San Francisco recently, and I went to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. That was pretty cool. The one question I have about San Francisco is that if I find the body after they jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, do I get to keep what's in their pockets, or do the police get that? I'm not very attractive, I don't think. I'm missing the tooth. And I'm not very confident, whatever. But I really don't like dating these days, just because everybody just wants to hook up and that's the end of it. And I don't think I'm that attractive. I'm not very confident. I gotta find someone that's just more attractive than I am, but dumb enough not to realize I don't have anything else to offer and will just stick around. You know what I mean? Just a model with brain damage, or maybe just a regular model. I don't know many models. Also dating these days just kind of sucks, because everybody likes to eat ass, and I am not about it. I don't do anything. Man, you know what comes out of an ass? Shit. And farts. I don't know. I don't eat ass. Look, I don't put my dick anywhere I wouldn't put my hands. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to put my hands anywhere near somebody's ass.
No, not when you tried it. I have tried ass.
I have tried it. That's why I know I don't like it. I'm very white, as you can tell. But I have 2 middle names, which never made any sense to me. My full name is Logan Victor Lewis Stillwell, and I'm very white.
Wait,
very.
that?
Logan Victor Lewis Stillwell.
Ooh.
4 names. Yeah.
got
And I'm
3
like,
first names.
I'm super white, but not like from money white. Like I come from like dirtbags that are just proud people, and it doesn't make any sense. Like I have my dad's middle name. I haven't talked to my dad in like 10 years, and he has his dad's middle name, so I got both of those. And so when I have kids, I'm going to give my kids 2 middle names, but then I'm going to give them an extra one, so it's going to be 3. And I'm going to make their kids have 4 middle names and just keep it going until it's a paragraph. just to fuck with the IRS. Just every form they have, it's just a book, but it's just the names of my family, you know? That's the dream.
You should be asking me to 4 or 5 names.
Old people are pretty cool to me, I think. A lot of them have like, wisdom or whatever, but I feel like every old person is kind of the same. Like every old guy always smells the same. They smell like mothballs and like decay. And they always have just like the same old guy drip. Like a button-up shirt that's 5 times too big for them, and then a pair of khakis that are also way too big. And they were all always in the war. Like every single old guy that I've ever talked to over the age of 60 has said that he's in the war. And either that means that World War II meant World War and everybody was involved, or a lot of them are just fucking lying. And I'm probably just going to go with their lying. And I did acid recently and went to Las Vegas. That was pretty wild. Vegas is insane. It's like just the internet in real life. Like, fuck the metaverse. I don't know what the fuck that shit is, but you want that shit in real life, you just go to Vegas. You can get advertisements for anything, you can get drugs, and you can get prostitutes. And that's all in the parking lot before you even go into the casino. Like, it's insane. There's lights everywhere. It looks like an amusement park, but for adults. It's insane. I've always wanted to date an Arab girl. I feel like that's pretty cool. Like with the burqa and everything. Because like with an Arab girl, you gotta fall in love with their personality because you don't know what they look like yet. And then the first night you hook up, it's like a mystery box. Like you spend $10 on a website and you get it fucking 3 weeks later. You don't know what you bought, but you got it. And also for Halloween, we can do couples costumes. She can just wear a white sheet. I can dress up like a Ghostbuster. I don't like. I'm not very old yet. I don't think. Well, I'm almost 30. Well, I'm 24, but I'm almost 25, which means I'm almost 30, which means I'm almost
24?
Yeah, 24. I turned 25 recently.
Happy birthday. You're an adult.
Yeah, I'm an actual adult. No, trust me, it gets me every single day I think about it. But I really don't like kids these days, because I feel like kids these days really just don't know anything. Like kids these days have access to the internet, so they can just Google whatever, but they don't know anything. Like when I was a kid, I read books and shit. Like I knew shit. Like you could ask me questions about dinosaurs, because I knew everything there was to know about dinosaurs. Tallest dinosaur, Brontosaurus. Coolest dinosaur, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rexes and pterodactyls didn't exist at the same time, and velociraptors. But kids these days don't know shit. You ask a kid what his favorite dinosaur is these days, and he's going to call you a pedophile. And that's not a dinosaur. I'm 6'2", and I wear a size 13 shoe. And at best I have a size 5 dick. And I feel like that myth of tall guys with big feet or whatever having big dicks is just made up by guys that are like me, who are tall and have big feet but have little dicks and literally nothing else to offer. And you just gotta make it up, just, because if somebody comes up to me and they're like, oh, you have big shoes but you have a big dick, I'm not gonna say no. You're gonna have to find out for yourself, living in LA is pretty cool. I was born in Ohio. I've only ever lived in Ohio and Florida. And you were right earlier. Ohio is like the grungy Midwest. Everyone there. My sister is a heroin addict, literally, fully not functioning heroin addict. But yeah, Ohio's part of the Brown Belt, where like all the heroin gets trafficked in the United States. And so growing up there, yeah, shout out to the Brown Belt, right? Shout out. Yeah, you know, and living in Ohio was weird, man, just because it's like you go to some parts and it's like really upscale white people with like big white people houses, with like colonial houses and shit, and then you go like 10 minutes down and it's a trailer park and it's white trash white people. But it's only white people, don't get me wrong. But there's like the white people ghetto, and then there's like the black people ghetto. Cincinnati is like where all the black people are. Like the areas that I grew up in Cincinnati, but I also grew up in like Oxford and shit. Oxford was the white trash ghetto. Like everybody that was in Oxford was just like drug addicts, and I would get offered drugs every day on my way to school. It was nuts. And then I moved to Cincinnati, and then I started doing drugs on my way to school every night. All right, my name's Logan. That's been my time.